Now, trade and investment ties between Turkey and Africa are set to get a big boost. Ministers, business owners and investors from 42 African countries are here in Istanbul for the Turkey-Africa Economy and Investment Forum. Now, trade between Turkey and African economies has risen sharply over the past decade. Sub-Saharan economies are major beneficiaries of Turkish investments in infrastructure, education and manufacturing. Well, several agreements were signed at this summit, including deals to protect bilateral investments and to avoid double taxation. Well, how are these efforts helping businesses in Turkey and Africa? Fatih Akbulut is with us now in the studio to discuss more on this. Fatih, just tell us about the past couple of days. What have been the highlights from this forum?
I can easily say it was a very interesting forum. Ministry of Economy has declared that 5 agreements have been made between Turkey and African countries in 4 different countries. And I can say that there has not been an event like this that kind of covers the whole of Africa almost. So it was an important event, definitely.
Now, you represent many Turkish companies that do business in Africa. Why are they so excited about the continent?
Well, first of all, leadership here is very important. And then we're looking at a continent that has an overall GDP of $2.2 trillion. And it has a growth of almost 6%, which has been like this over the past decade. So it's an interesting market, definitely. And it's an attraction for a lot of businessmen because I was talking to a CEO the other day, and he said the reason I'm the CEO of this company is because I was in Asia 20 years ago. Now, the CEO of this company is going to be somebody who's in Africa right now, 20 years later. You know?
That's the new frontier, really. So tell us about, give us an example of a Turkish company that has gone to Africa, done business there, and done very well there.
Well, there are many, but there's one in Ethiopia. It's the largest company under one roof, has the highest number of employees. They've got 10,000 employees under one roof, and they produce their own cotton there. It's a textile company, and Ethiopia is proud, Turkey is proud of this company. And I think they're doing quite well.
Turkish ownership, they're employing thousands of Ethiopians.
True.
The resources are close by, so it's a win-win situation for everyone.
Definitely.
Okay. Now, in terms of the economy minister's comments to us in the exclusive interview yesterday, he was mentioning how, you know, there is a difference between how Turkey invests in Africa and how Europe and other continents have done so far. What differences do you see?
These agreements, they're asymmetrical agreements. So they're there to protect sensitive sectors of different countries. For example, Kenya, they're very sensitive about some of their produce, such as coffee, tea, or flowers. So that's definitely number one. Number two, as our president have expressed, we have not done business deals as to only take. We have done deals where we have a win-win situation in many countries. And a lot of the countries are very aware of this. And
so it's a much more mutual affair than the continent has seen in the past.
True.
The Africans are benefiting much more from it.
Exactly.
Okay.
There's definitely a win-win situation.
Right. Okay. So in terms of growth, which countries in Africa excite you the most?
I would say Cote d'Ivoire would be definitely one of them. Kenya, for sure. Ethiopia, they've done quite a lot over the last few years.
So you're looking for stability, democracy, and so on.
Exactly.
Okay. Fatih Akbulut, thank you very much for that. Appreciate your input.
Thank you.